and it laid at the top of that hill and it burned to the ground. Well, good morning, everybody. It's what is it, Sunday? I don't know, it's like a little after 10, and we're just stopped at the old Subway to grab some lunch for later. Got my morning coffee. Got the 20-foot trailer hooked to the back, the old rusty one, not the new one. And we are heading over to meet a friend of mine at a piece of property that so this property it was logged, I think about a year and a half ago. They logged a lot of walnut. I don't remember how many trees there were, but so there's a lot of walnut tops. So he has permission to access this property and take, let's see, I think the agreement is any of the walnut tops that are on the ground, any trees that are on the ground, and any black locust that he wants. They're trying to get rid of all the black locust on the property and clean the property up. So it's a nice day. It's Sunday. Like I said, it's 56 degrees outside, sunny, but it is super windy outside. So I don't know how audio is going to be today. We are going over, we're going to meet him, and we're going to go in, and I don't know if we'll be dropping any trees today just because how windy it is. But there's he found some cherries that are laying down, so he's got the winch. He's putting the winch on the back of one of his tractors. I don't know which one. I'm assuming the big one. And then I got the trailer, so we're gonna go in and see if we can get those cherries out and whatever else is on the ground. But like I said, I don't know if we're gonna drop any trees today just because the wind is blowing. It's got to be 25, 30 mile an hour. So it's not going to be real safe for dropping trees, but we're going to go and look at trees because that pavilion that I want to put up, I need some posts. So we're going to go in there and see if there's any black locust that we can throw on the sawmill and chop up into some like 6x6 posts to use in the ground. I don't know if you're familiar with black locust or not, but it's supposed to be a pretty rot resistant wood, but it's also an invasive wood or whatever, invasive tree. So we're gonna go look at those. We're gonna see if we can winch some cherries out of there and see if we can get a trailer load of wood, and then probably take a load of firewood out of there, tops or whatever. Just basically, we're gonna go play in the woods today and have some fun, just because it's nice out and nothing else going on. So we'll take you along and have some fun today. Sound good? Well, we're just here at the location, I will say, waiting for a friend of mine to get here. I'll show you these trees here. These are small black locust trees. You can see what they're doing here. They're girdling them with a chainsaw. From my understanding, they girdle them and then they spray them with a chemical, and they're trying to kill off the roots of the tree because it's an invasive tree. You can see all these along this roadside here. And again, it's windy, so hopefully it's not too loud. But basically this area is full of these trees that are girdled, which black locust is great firewood, but it's got to come down, they say. So we're back here in the middle of kind of nowhere, other side of a creek. What we're going to do is we're going to try to make a trail. Well, there's already a trail that we started clearing last year, but we didn't go this far back because it was winter, springtime, and it's pretty wet back here. So we're going to try to clear a path back into this area where there's two cherries that they're pretty rotten at the base, but we're going to go up and drop a saw on them and see if they're any good. And if they are, we're going to drag them out. There's a lot of good firewood in them, so you're going to be listening to me breathe heavy here for a while, I guess. So we got this one cut off. The end down the other end, that's probably about a good 20 footer. You can see it's completely rotted on this side. But after that little 18-inch section, it starts to harden up, but it's still pretty soft in the center. But we still got a good length, so we're going to drag it out at that length. You can see this side, man, these thorn bushes are crazy. You can see this side, besides that where that limb was. It's nice and solid up here yet. So this section is going to be off firewood. This little, maybe 10 or 12 footer, we might put on the sawmill and see what it looks like. And he's just topping the other half of the cherry up there now. And we're just going to get him cleaned up, and then we're going to hook him to the winch, drag him down the hill, and drag him out. So it should be fun.
No, what I intended to do, I should have done it the other way.
So basically what he's got here is he's got the winch on the back of the tractor dug into the ground. He's got a cable coming up and going through these two chokers, which are going to anchor the cable and redirect it up to that log. So the plan is to grab that log first, drag it down to the section of these two logs here, and then we'll hook all three chokers onto the cable and try to drag all three down the hill at one time. So we'll pull the third one down as planned, or we'll catch into this tree here, and we don't really want to damage that tree. So we're going to probably put a choker on off of that big tree over there and redirect it. All right, so we got a choker up around this big tree here. So we're going to redirect it off of that tree directly over towards me, which I'm obviously going to get the hell out of the way. I'd say keep going. I'd say keep going, see if it'll bring it into the center.
Keep going.
Yeah. Now we're going to cut this long stick in half just so it's easier to maneuver out through the trees. I'm going to try to roll this big one up and okay, now what?
Take her home.
gonna be tight getting out of here, but a lot of these trees, like that tree it's bouncing off right now, you can see it's garbage, it's dead. There's a lot of these trees are garbage up here. Basically just got a couple of tight corners down there, and then the rest of it's pretty much straight shot until we get to the creek. Once we get to the creek, we're going to have to basically unhook everything, and then we're going to have to winch it. Probably, I don't know if we'll do all four at one time, but we're going to have to winch them across the creek opening. We're not sure exactly what we're going to do yet, but we'll find out when we get there, just like everything. So with this little valley that we're going through, we couldn't lift the 3-point high enough, and the plow was digging in on the way through. So basically drop the winch, leave the logs. We're just going to drive forward to a better position. And then pull them to them. Pretty neat system, pretty fun system. I'll probably just do the same thing all the way through this valley until we get down to this section. Once you get around this corner, it's a little straighter. Then you can just drag them. Basically, we can also use this technique to drive it around the larger trees, so we're not to damage any of the better trees that are around here, like that nice looking walnut right there. So we made it out of the woods okay, but now we're to this area. This is basically a dried up creek bed, can't even talk. A dried up creek bed, whatever you want to call it. So this is basically, we found this big piece of concrete last year. It works pretty good. Basically, we pull the logs across with the winch. It jams it into there and guides it up that hill. But he can't drive across that with a tractor. So there's a spot back here that he's comfortable going. I wouldn't do it, but not my tractor. Last time we were closer to the edge, so it lifted at that point. Yeah, we were. That's all right. I'm gonna drag it up there though. Okay. So when we were kids, we used to actually ride dirt bikes on this property. Here was at the top of that hill somewhere is the gas tank to my motorcycle. So when we were kids, we were riding up that hill. There were probably 6 of us, and my motorcycle lit on fire. Gas was leaking out of the gas tank, hit the engine, and lit on fire while I was riding it. And it laid at the top of that hill and it burned to the ground. And I remember taking the gas tank afterwards and throwing it in the weeds. And I've looked for it, but I can't find it. But that was 30 years ago. So if you know me personally, then you know where we're at. So all right, back to logging. Well, still pretty breezy out here, but this is what we end up with on this load anyways. This is, what do we got, 4 sticks of cherry, and that's a 20-foot trailer. And this one here, I mean, that's probably gonna be firewood, firewood, firewood. This one here is gonna get onto the mill, and we're gonna see what's inside, but I think it's got some good lumber in it. It's fairly straight, but we won't know until we get it on the mill. So we ended up with, it's windy. I'm trying to cover the mic. I'm just gonna get in the truck. So on top of all that cherry, then we spent a couple hours just pulling some of these tops off that we're laying for these walnut trees. We got his little dump trailer full there, and then the grapple on the front of the tractor is pretty full itself. It's a pretty good little jag of wood there, so he's gonna run that back and dump that, because that's a little dump trailer. It's pretty cool. Well, we got our trailer all loaded up. We got about 19-foot cherry sticks on there, probably around 5,000 pounds of lumber. It's pulling nice, trailer's handling just well, so no concerns there. We got Jar's trailer dumped off and the grapple empty. We're just kind of doing some rough calculations. There's probably about 1 1/4 of black walnut for that trip, and then we probably got at least another 1/2 cord sitting back there that we didn't get, that we pulled out, but we didn't haul it home. So he'll run back and get that this week. It's close to his house, so he can drive right over with the tractor, the 4-wheeler, and load it up at his leisure and pull it out, take it home. And then we'll find another weekend, and we'll get back over there and get some more drug out. Find another nice day. So we're going to probably just wrap this video up here, just because I don't think I'm going to get this unloaded tonight. I don't know how much sunlight we're going to have left by the time we get home. So, and then it's supposed to rain the next couple days. So as soon as the weather clears up and dries up, hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm going to throw that one cherry on the sawmill, and we're going to see what's inside of that. So we'll start a new video with that. It should be pretty fun. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Just don't comment if you know where we were, because I don't want anybody to know where we were. Anyways, so we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.